Hey, here we are back. Hillbilly Hurricane. We're at Ricky's garage, and we told you about the 5th gen Camaro, and Ricky's going to tell you a little bit about it. So here it is. Okay, so here we go. 5th gen Camaro, 2010. Always wanted something with a turbo kit on it. So when I got the chance, here we go. Stage 2 turbonetics turbo kit for a 5th gen Camaro. Alright, these kits were meant to install, they're B50 state legal. Okay, if you're not in a place that requires it, or if you can get away with it, as we say. This does not have the cats. It was a manual car originally. Here, you can get these from BBK. That'll fit right into the kit, and I'll show you that underneath in a minute. You can get these from BBK. Does away with your cats. No more kitty. Alright. Flex plate. Okay, I haven't got to that yet, have I? We better raise it up. Here we go, we'll raise it up. Gonna raise it up, show you the underneath here. I'll raise it up and I'll tell you about some problems that I've ran into along the way. Just a few problems, you know, nothing major. We can't handle, so. Oh, there's another little LS there. We installed this in Grotchick's garage, and I don't know, he might have done more of it than I did. But let's see. Turbonetics stage 1 kit. You can buy it with tuner with it, and apparently, I mean, it's not that hard to install the kit, and it makes, the stage 1 kit makes about 600. But when I called about ordering a kit, I'm like, well, why buy stage 1 if later on I'm going to want stage 2? Well, if you're kind of a junkie, horsepower junkie like we are, then you just skip stage 1 and go right on to stage 2, right? Yeah. So we went right on to stage 2. I bought some tuning school books and learned to tune myself. I ain't going to say I'm perfect, but so far I don't seem to be too bad either. Doing well. Let's see. So it was a stick shift car, right? And well, problem number 1 with the 5th gen stick shift car is the clutch. You ever try to launch very hard and the old clutch pedal will stay on the old floor? Yeah, and that's always fun. I raced another Camaro one night and watched him smoke his clutch, and then I nearly did it. And so I decided, before I broke the transmission, to go ahead, get rid of it, and get a 400 turbo from the old Cohen. Yeah. Well, Cohen got me a converter, or I got it from Cohen. And here's the tranny in the car. G-force cross member is what you need, and then you'll need to call the drive shaft shop. Drive shaft's sitting over here, still in the box. That's where we're at on this build. I'm being slowed up by a somebody sent me the wrong shifter and I had to send it back. Sent you a shifter for a rear engine dragster. Yeah, rear engine dragster. We were wishing we could go that fast and we were that light, but we're not. Let's see, what else? So the ZL1 fuel pump. from Genetti Racing with a ZL1 fuel pump module.
Yeah.
Okay. I dropped, instead of cutting the hole in the floorboard first, I dropped the tank, because a lot of people do it and they cut into their tank. So I dropped the tank. I dropped the whole cradle for the rear end, which I'd had out before because I put BMR bushings for the cradle. I've got BMR bushings for the cradle, and just now, trying to get rid of the wheel hop, bought the drag kit from BMR. And if you buy this drag kit, go online to BMR's website, look at the instructions and follow the instructions. There's people on the internet right now doing this wrong, okay? So don't do that. Go to BMR's website, look up the instructions, follow the instructions.
Follow them. It's pretty easy.
Yeah, pretty easy.
Pretty easy.
You can end up setting up the shock wrong though, and I have seen people on the internet mount the plates, the upper plates. It would be easier to mount them upside down, but the car won't set right when you put it back on the ground. Trust me. Here we have differential bushings from BMR. And when you're done with all this, you want to take it to an alignment shop and have them do your alignment, and you can set that up per BMR too, because if you set it up, I believe it's you can go 0 on the camber. Am I telling this right, Mr. Grotchick?
Mm-hmm.
Camber being the lean of the tires. 0 puts you with more rubber on the ground for drag racing, and we like rubber on the ground for drag racing. And now you can also set it at a negative. But if you set it at a negative, like a 0.5 negative, you may lose some of your street ride. But for me, as you can see, I'll probably set mine to -5 if I can get the alignment shop to, and if I can, I'll find one that will.
What about the brakes and stuff, Rick?
The
Let's
brakes.
tell 'em about the brakes.
The brakes is a this is a V6 rotor, V6 Camaro 5th gen rotor. The Carlisle. These are Willwood calipers from Carlisle Racing, and
Yeah.
they will fit a 15-inch drag star, right? Race star, drag star.
Drag store. Yeah.
Yeah, let me see. I can go over here and look. It is a.
There was some issues with that. We tried to, we actually ground some calipers down, and
V6 calipers.
V6 calipers.
You can run a 7. You can get a 17 on it with some V6 calipers
Yeah, but
and rotors.
to run a 15, you actually need these
But
here.
you will have to. I discovered as well by the hard way. You will have to change your rear brake line to the V6 brake line, I believe, because I never could get them to work quite right. These work great. The thing stops with these on them. With these on it.
And you have to stop, for sure.
Yeah. And let's see. Is there anything else I could tell that I did? Any questions you got, you can drop us a line and I'll answer it
Yeah,
quickly as I can.
happy to answer.
Now there's some. Now this is a manual transmission kit that goes on this car for a turbo, and it's not all on here yet, but we will show it with it all on there. And if we did have to move anything, it would be right here. And
Exhaust on the passenger side.
the downpipe comes across the front of the motor and down passenger side, and it is
Right on the
right
tranny.
on the tranny pan. Now I'm going to put the transmission temp sensor back in here. I'm going to have Mr. Grotchick here weld me a bung in, or we're going to do something, and we're going to put the tranny temp sensor back in here, and we'll see how hot it is. If it's too hot after I've wrapped it, I'm thinking I'm going to take this off and put one of those sleeves on here like this. See, this sleeve
Exhaust
just
sleeve.
slips on there. And we're going to do something right here for heat, and we'll see if it gets too hot. If it gets too hot, we're going to do something with this.
Yeah, we'll change it.
But for right now, I mean, all in all, it looks like everything's going to work with the 400 turbo with the manual stage 2 turbonetics kit. I've had all the stuff up here, set up here, looking at it, and I've had it pretty much it used back here. It comes back and used together and goes back up to the turbo. But we will show it. We'll show it with it on here. We'll show it with it running. I'll explain whatever problems I've had. I'll even explain some of the stuff I did tuning or whatever. I know the thing pulled like 98 miles an hour in the 8th with me granny shifting the shit out of it. And I mean, by the log, I was taking like nearly a second to shift the thing. It pulled 98 miles an hour in the 8th mile. So it's making some power, and that was like at 8.5, 9 pounds of boost with my tune.
He can't drive, that's why he went to automatic.
Yeah, that's it. But well,
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
I knew what was going to happen. I knew what was going to happen. I was going to break the tranny, and I thought, well, you know, I can get $1,500, $1,600 out of this thing, so let's get $1,500, $1,600 out of it.